What's this? Corrugated cardboard, iron, corrugated cardboard, corrugated iron. We've just been charged £7.30 to come and see the Abbey, which is a bit of a cheek, I think, because I haven't even finished building it yet. Look, the roof isn't even on or nothing. Okay, we're at St Mary's Churchyard, which is in Tintern. This church and burial ground have been associated with Tintern Abbey since the 12th century. The original medieval chapel was probably a retreat for the Abbey's monks, so the Abbey is just over there actually. This is just up on the hillside just behind. It's replaced in 1866 by the current building, but fire destroyed it in 1977. Wine cooler, pyramid or obelisk. It says you can find all these types of grave here, and many commemorate the iron masters who ran the wire works along the Angati, whatever that is. These striking designs reflect their power and wealth. Wander around the churchyard to find the restored wine cooler tomb, elaborately carved from Portland stone. This is the grave of Richard White, who ran the wireworks for 30 years until his death in 1765. He built a grand house in the village, which is now the Royal George Hotel. The inscription on his grave is no longer clear, but once read, George White, whose amicable temper and hospitality called to this sequestered spot many of the first-ranking character, inoffensive and benevolent. He lived without an enemy and died beloved by all. There's a pyramid tomb here as well, which is very strange. Never seen one like that before. It's thought to be a memorial to Robert Thompson, who married into the Crawshay Iron family and leased Tintern Wireworks in 1799, building the New Tongs Wireworks. He was buried in 1821 and his wife has been 1824. It says, can you spot the remains of sawn off metal railings? They were probably removed along with metal plates during World War II.
What, from around that tomb?
Yeah. Some very old graves here. It's almost like it's just been forgotten about. Wow, look at this one. There's a plaque on here. Richard White, son of George White of New Weir in the county of Hereford. Died 1765. Yeah, that's a bit I read earlier.
Yeah, but it's not.
It is?
The bottom bit isn't.
What?
It's been changed. Inoffensive and benevolent, he lived without an enemy and died deplored by all.
Why has that been changed then from what it says down there?
And yet it said beloved by all down there. Up here it says deplored by all, which is a completely different thing.
This corrugated cardboard, corrugated cardboard, corrugated iron. Yeah, there is a doorway. Look. We've just been charged £7.30 to come and see the Abbey, which is a bit of a cheek, I think, because I haven't even finished building it yet. Look, the roof isn't even on or nothing. It was founded in 1131 by Cistercian monks who were happy to make do with timber buildings at first. A simple stone church and cloisters came later. And then, thanks to the patronage of wealthy marcher lords, the white-robed monks began to think bigger. In 1269 they began to build a new abbey church and didn't stop until they created one of the masterpieces of British Gothic architecture. In 1535, King Henry VIII's English Reformation was well underway. Only a year later, Tintern surrendered in the first round of the dissolution of the monasteries, and the great abbey began slowly to turn into a majestic ruin. The abbey ruins lay forgotten until the 18th century, then something wild and romantic began to stir in British hearts. Tintern was about to experience a second heyday, this time as a major tourist destination. A popular engraving by the Buck brothers, published in 1732, started the ball rolling. The ivy-covered ruins of Tintern were caught up in a surge of romantic interest in the sublime and the picturesque. Travellers who were kept out of Europe by the French Revolution and the Napoleonic Wars were roaming the wild landscapes of Britain instead. They flocked to the Wye Valley, and the poet William Wordsworth, young, troubled and alone, had already seen Tintern for himself. In July 1798, he returned in happier times with his sister Dorothy and wrote his famous poem, which was called Lines Composed a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey, which I imagine he composed a few miles from Tintern Abbey. Things are quieter now, but the great walls and arches in their setting of wild natural beauty haven't lost their magic. They remain a vision of the sublime.